like being those pink flamingos, they keep their heads buried in the sand. And it was always about them, their culture, their ways, their ideas. And they bring those to this land. But yet, without learning.
There's a few things that happen to you when you grow up under occupation. Some of the sort of your political awakening comes pretty early on in life. So when the first Intifada started in 1987, I was 8 years old, 7, 8 years old. It's impossible to avoid asking questions about it. It's all over the news, it's all over the streets, in your lived reality. You get a sense of the politics and conflict and violence pretty early on in life.
A lot of times we isolate different causes from one another.
Yes.
And from one of the causes is the Indigenous people here in Canada. Geographically, they're so far away from the Middle East and what's going on in Palestine.
True.
So a lot of times we fall into the trap of thinking that they're separate.
Yes.
But from before and today, from the conversations that we had today, we can see a lot of similarities there.
Oh yeah.
By killing the Indian and saving the man. Out of all provinces and territories in Canada, who do you think had the most residential schools? Alberta did. This is just a map of all the residential schools across Canada here. 1876 is when the Indian Act was implemented. The Indian Act is the most racist and sexist piece of legislation to ever exist. First Nations in Canada are still governed by this legislation. Technically, we are still wards of the state. It is the principal statute through which the federal government administers everything from laws to membership and elections in First Nations community, the management of reserved land and communal funds. When introduced, First Nations were forced to abandon our traditional governments, with the chief and council system most common today. So that chief and council system that you see on reserve is actually INAC designated. It is not traditional government. Women who married non-Indigenous men lost their status, but Indigenous men who married non-Indigenous women could pass their status on to their wives. If you served in the military, you lost your status. If you received an education, you lost your status. Enfranchisement, which is the loss of your status, was looked at as a good thing, because then it meant the Indian was dead and the man was assimilated into the Canadian body politic.
Before today, I didn't know that much about Indigenous people
Yes.
and their colonization. I knew they were being colonized by the government and all that
Yes.
stuff, but I didn't know as to what degree.
I see.
And having these Indigenous speakers speaking from their hearts, it really means a lot to
Truly.
someone who is an immigrant to this country. It just opened my eyes to the amount of stress and trauma that they've been subjected to.
You have to begin with yourself before you're looking to change.
Oh, yes.
You can't change big things first, you've got to really
Truly.
dig down deep and change yourself.
Right.
And the changes that I want to see aren't going to happen maybe not in my lifetime.
Yes.
Having said that. So
Oh, yeah.
that's a little bit of the frustration that you can have, but I think if you're making those changes for yourself,
Yep.
that's the biggest thing you can do.
This is Canada, the home of the First Nations people, the Indigenous people. We're still here. Yes, we're strong. Yes, we're resilient. Yes, we're trying to revive our culture and traditions. And if you're here for any specific reason, you want to work with us, then that means you have to think outside of the box. You have to learn the true history of the country that you're in.